Hi, it's Delia. Thanks for clicking on. Uh, I was asked today about how I manage my energy during these tumultuous times. And there's many things that I have been trained at and integrated into my life over the past 30 years or so. But the answer that popped up today was, and is true, um, some people are very conscientious about what they put into their bodies, the kind of food they eat, when they eat. They're really just very conscious about their bodies and how they do food. I am very conscious about what I expose my eyes and my ears to. Uh, there is so much out there that doesn't even qualify as information, except we don't have a better word. Um, there's a lot of um, trash information. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of intentional lies. There's a lot of accidental lies. Um, our our society is lie based at this point. It has been for some time. That's not new. But when you're dealing with lies, you have to sort out what part of this is information I need and what part of this is bogus. So it's kind of like, to use the food metaphor, it's like taking um, a handful of food out of a paper bag and you can't see what you're grabbing. And you're getting mostly Cheetos, which is mostly weed killer. Cheetos and Skittles um, used to be favorite things, but I can't tolerate the whatever that chemical is that is a weed killer. And then maybe a couple of blueberries and a small piece of chicken, right? There's just so much garbage, and it's not benign garbage. It's garbage that's corrosive. It's debilitating. There's so much that's going on that is designed to knock people out of their bodies. As everything about our society is about getting you out of your body, and getting you out of the present moment, because right here, right now, in your body is the most powerful place you can be. Uh, People have trouble getting into their bodies, partly because of the lie that says, no, that'll be too intense. And, I work with a lot of people who have a traumatic past, background. Um, and so in trauma, when the trauma is happening, it's a normal relief pressure. It's a normal survival technique to disassociate and to escape out of your body, um, which is fine. All of the things that we come up with in extraordinary circumstances are genius in that moment, but they're not a way to live. And so, learning how to come into your body and how to um, navigate all of the misinformation or old information that's in your system that says that being in your body is uncomfortable or not safe or threatening. There was a time probably when being in your body was too threatening or horrifying to entertain. And now, years later, uh, it's time to learn how to come home to you. If you're currently in dramatic and traumatic situations, I really I hope that you find a way out as soon as possible and to get yourself physically safe. First things first. Um, but if your trauma has happened a long time ago and you're still having them, then the first thing you need to do is to meet yourself where you are. So if you're constantly afraid, if people are constantly taking advantage of you, if anything is happening repeatedly over and over again, uh, it, it's important that you meet you where you are. There's a phrase, something about the weakest link. The weakest link is how strong the chain is, and the weakest, the most wounded part, the smallest part, the kind of the ickiest part, the most victimy part, the whiniest part, the most rageful part, whatever it is, um, it's hard to explain because words are physical and this is energetic. But at some point, each one of us has a moment of truth. We have to like turn around and face the very thing that we're railing against or running away from. Um, Sometimes you can manage to do that by yourself on your own. I really recommend you find people, um, whether it's therapist or a shaman or anybody that you trust, to help you learn how to go against every fiber in your being that says run, 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 and actually just turn around and show up for you. Uh, it's not easy, or else a lot of people would do it, but it is imperative and it changes everything when you can show up for you. Um, Another thing that makes all of this challenging is the misinformation, lie, crazy assumption that's so common everywhere, that you're supposed to know everything all the time. In the olden days, we would, we'd hear about competing against the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses, or keeping up with the Kardashians. But that meant like fashion and money and houses. But now we have an assumption that we're supposed to be keeping up with Google. So we're supposed to be able to access all the information on the internet in the next 10 seconds, or we're stupid. See how crazy that is? It's a crazy premise. And I work with people a lot who have the assumption, it's not really theirs, it's just in the ubiquitous, that they should know everything. And that if they don't know about it, it doesn't exist. And that's like, it's not only a crazy premise, it's dangerous because there's so much more than anybody could know. There's so much more to discover. There's so much more possibilities, richness, goodness, healing, modalities, things that you can do. But if we stay in that cultural lie of you should know everything, if you don't know everything, you're stupid, and there's nothing else to know anyway. It's a perfect loop that is full of inaccuracies, and that idea, those thoughts, are what keep people stuck. Um, there is infinite variety of new information for you to find, but you have to look for it. You have to want it. You have to go find it, and you have to find ways to trust yourself in the process. What's true for me, what's not true for me, you have to get that calibration. And the only place to begin is where you are. And so learning your system, learning what's true for you, what's not true for you. And it's not through your analyzer, it's not through the nutty box, I like to call it, full of all the information of society. It's not through that. It's internal, it's deep inside. It may be a gut feeling, it may be a fluttering, it may be any number of things, but it will be a sensation because bodies can't lie. Brains can, but bodies can't lie. And if you follow what is light, as in like a relief, and bright for you, then you will find your way. As I said, I'm very particular about what I expose my eyes and my ears to. There's so much right now that is not information. It's specifically designed to upset and agitate, get people out of their bodies, to dysregulate your nervous system. And so I am a protective mama bear about my nervous system and about what I will consume. And then if I have periods where I consume too much visually or hearing, or I have things that I do that take me back to the basics, because the basics of right here, right now, being in your body, is the most solid place ever. And from being present and on your side, you can navigate anything. It's phenomenal how capable we are, how magical we are, how willing the universe is to conspire with us like that when we show up. And it can't if we don't show up. It can be all around us, but we can't see it or hear it or feel it because we're not home. So find something that resonates with you. There's a lot of really great information about breathing, which is really, people think it's too easy to work. It's too simple. And it's the most profound thing. Cultivate your sleeping. What are good sleep habits? What are good food habits? And by good, I mean sustainable and nurturing and, not debilitating, not, oh no, I didn't do it right. Oh no, I didn't do it right. It's not part of this recipe in any way, shape, or form. It's kindness within you does more to heal and transform than any of that beating yourself up. Every time you beat yourself up, it's like you postpone the kindness and the healing. And granted, you're trained to do that. Everybody in this culture is trained to find fault and stay there. And that's not the only way to live. So turning within, breathing, pat your body, be curious where you are. And journaling. I'm a big fan of journaling. To start to notice what's happening in and with your body. And your body will lead you home. For real. All right. I love your comments. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what your experiences are with this. And I'll see you next time. No, really, I know how to do this.